Hello and welcome to Unlock Your Wellness. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 potential reasons why you may not be healing. Reason number 1 is you are chronically stressed. When you are trying to heal, any amount of stress, any amount of cortisol in your body can make the healing take significantly longer. Even something as small as a scab can take 60% longer to heal if you are chronically stressed. And stress can come up in many different ways. Your family, your finances, your work stress, some unexpected trauma. If you're not able to manage the stress in your life, you absolutely can stay stuck with an illness. The solution to managing your stress is to build a lifestyle routine to mitigate and minimize the amount of stress. My favorite lifestyle exercises are regular meditation and mindfulness practice, cold therapy, so at least 10 minutes of cold therapy every single week where you're getting in a cold shower or you're exposing your hands in a bucket of ice water or you're taking an ice bath, depending on how intense you want to go for it. Improving your sleep hygiene, making sure that you're getting at least 7 hours of sleep, preferably closer to 8 or 9 hours of sleep. Managing your light exposure as well. So getting plenty of bright light outside in the sun in the morning, and also minimizing the amount of blue light you get in the evening when you're getting ready for bed. This is so important to help set your circadian rhythm so that all of your other physiology is functioning properly. And last but not least is gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling is so crucial to lowering your stress because when you are feeling gratitude with a lot of practice, your body will release any anxiety and stress because it's impossible for you to feel grateful and anxious at the same time. Reason number 2 you are not healing is because you feel like a victim. Now, as someone who is chronically ill for a really long time, I understand how easy it is to feel like a victim. But you've got to understand that when you feel like a victim and you carry a victim mindset, you are giving all of your power away to another circumstance. You're giving your power away, and when you are powerless, you can't take any action and you can't create anything and build a life that you want. You're at the mercy of another circumstance, person, place, or thing. Now, of course, blaming another person or thing is a lot easier and feels a lot better than the guilt and shame that may come with chronic illness. But you've got to understand that it's still keeping you just as stuck. The solution to overcoming a victim mentality is to cultivate radical responsibility. When you cultivate radical responsibility and shift your mindset to an empowered mindset, the potential is endless for anything you want to create. You can overcome anything as long as you have this belief. That can be quite scary initially, but it's also quite freeing at the same time because ultimately it's up to you and only you to get what it is that you want. And when you make this shift in your mindset, the ball is now in your court and you have full opportunity to make those changes that you need to get healthy. The more that you can take life less seriously, the better. You got to laugh and laugh and laugh and find humor in this healing journey as much as you can. And I promise you, it's going to be far easier and far less of a bumpy ride. Reason number 3 you are not healing is because your limbic system is in a hypervigilant state. Your limbic system is the mammalian or emotional part of your brain that is responsible for dictating your autonomic nervous system and whether or not you release hormones of stress. Now, if you've had a significant amount of trauma in your life, your limbic system can take over in an effort to keep you safe. This makes you extremely sensitive to everything in your environment. But this is a brilliant way that the body can actually survive. Because if you are in constant danger all of the time, things in your environment that can threaten you, it's very important that you're more sensitive to sounds and sight and all of your other senses in order to maintain your safety. Now, it's a great survival tactic by the body, but it certainly does not feel very good. And there are lots of steps that we can take to get your brain and body more relaxed. For instance, there are a couple of programs specifically tailored towards rewiring your limbic system, such as the DNRS program or the Gupta program. It's also very important that you are elevating your mood and ignoring your symptoms. Because when you ignore your symptoms and start to create a new state, you start to change the wiring in your brain and change your body chemically and physically. This all starts with an elevated level of awareness. because when you can elevate your awareness and become aware of what it is in your mind and body that needs to be changed, you can start taking the steps to make those changes through a lot of repetition. Reason number 4 you have not healed is because you have very deep emotional trauma or energetic blocks. We have 7 different chakras or energy centers that go up our spinal cord from the base of our spine to the top of our head. And each one of these energy centers is responsible for a different belief, a different part of our lives related to self-esteem, safety, creativity, authenticity, and so on. If you have different limiting beliefs, the organs associated with these chakras can become sluggish and the chakras will become blocked, which blocks the energy from easily flowing throughout your body. Your nervous system can also hold a lot of trauma that you might have experienced in your life. There's an amazing book called The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. I would highly recommend starting with this book if you want to learn more about the brilliance and wisdom of the body and how it holds on to trauma. There are several different avenues you can take to address this potential block. Number 1 is experimenting with psychedelics or microdosing. Now, you've definitely got to be careful around the legalities of this topic, but I've heard many anecdotal stories about people having tremendous results in rewiring their brain and releasing old trauma. There's a company known as TRE that can help to release trauma from your nervous system, getting your body in certain positions so that you can literally shake out the trauma. It's quite interesting and it can be very, very helpful. There are several other companies and techniques that you can use to release energetic blocks or emotional blocks, such as the morphogenic field technique and Thera Wellness. Those are just a couple that I would recommend you look into. But the best place for you to start experimenting with energy and emotions is Dr. Joe Dispenza's Advanced Meditations. If you can learn to get in touch with your body and what it's trying to communicate with you, you can focus your energy and attention in those spaces and slowly but surely begin to release that energy. This is a great place to start. I would recommend looking up one of his many different meditations and just start experimenting, getting in touch with your body and getting beyond the analytical mind. And reason number 5 you are not healing is because you haven't stuck with anything long enough. What you need to understand is that healing takes a very long time. There is no magic pill to healing. Any single protocol that you try may take a significant amount of time to get the payoff you are looking for. If you are lacking belief about a certain protocol that you're doing, you'll also find that it's not going to give you what you are looking for. Additionally, you could be doing something absolutely perfect, like a perfect diet, but if you're not making the steps to rewire your brain and reduce your stress, you're absolutely going to stay stuck. So having different pieces added together can make a much bigger difference in your healing process. If you are desperate or anxious to achieve health, you can actually push this health that you're looking for away because you are lacking presence. So the solution to this is to commit fully to whatever it is that you're doing. I would recommend committing a full 6 months to any protocol that you're doing so that you know with certainty whether or not it's going to work for you. Maybe it benefited you a little bit and you can pick and choose some things that you really liked and just move on to something else. You've got to understand that your microbiome needs an opportunity to shift in order to get the results. So that means you can't be eating starch and sugar every 3 weeks and then going back to the protocol that you're doing. You need to fully commit to whatever it is. And whatever it is that you're doing, believe fully that it is going to work while also detaching from the outcome. This allows you to be present and patient and accept whatever is going to unfold. Neediness is going to push your health away. I hope that this video was helpful. Please let me know what you'd like to see from me next, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.